The series between the Knicks and Heat has been all over the place, with Miami pulling out Game 1 by out-shooting New York, but then the bubble burst as Brunson led a late push to win a game that the very short-handed Heat had controlled for over 3 quarters. Let's take a look at the Knicks offense to see what's been working. Brunson has made the most field goals, and in Game 1 it was primarily with the pick and roll. But not just your typical ball screen out top with the spaced floor. They continually got him at the right wing so he could attack middle with his dominant left hand and his crafty floater game. They sprint Toppin all the way across the lane to get him that screen, probably to force a switch with Duncan Robinson onto him, but watch how strong he is on the rejection of Toppin's screen. Highsmith goes flying backwards as he shoots an off-foot floater. The screen can be angled toward the sideline too. The higher the better, with defenders like Zeller trying to contain. He gets downhill into the body, then the incredibly difficult Euro step off-foot, off-hand finger roll by the big man. The second you relax on Brunson, he'll kill you. He opens up like he's going to use Hart for another screen, and Lowry gets into a bad position for a split second. That's all JB needs to pound one dribble and get into another floater. You can see the Knicks are trying to target the weakest defender on the Heat, and that would be Kevin Love, so he patiently waits for Toppin to set the screen. The step up gets abandoned really quick, but it distracted Jimmy Butler enough to give Brunson a step. Notice how he slows the last step into the jump, luring Butler in the air where he can wait him out before the little pull-up. There's no need to even wait for the screener when Lowry turns his head despite guarding the ball. There he is for another patented 2-foot floater over Zeller's ineffectual contest. It's good to see RJ Barrett find some success in this series, and he's at his best scoring out of the flow of the offense when others do the heavy lifting. Watch how the backdoor cut forces Jimmy to bump down slightly, putting him behind the chase to the handoff. Good switch by the Heat, but Barrett doesn't let him get comfortable before stepping back for the midi. Here's a horn set, and when the initial pick and roll doesn't yield an attack, it flows into the handoff out of the corner. Jimmy thinks Strus is going to switch, but he can't get there in time, allowing for the open 3. Here's another handoff as a drag action. Brunson occupies 2 defenders and hands it off to allow Barrett to attack on the catch, catching Lowry reaching as he gets right to the cup. Barrett has been ripping the net from downtown, and the Knicks have done a good job to force long closeouts by getting Brunson coming off the handoff and running the corner. This lures Strus way too far over on the help. Hart gets him to fly by. The defensive rotation is Love is the lowest man, so he must rotate over to the ball, while Vincent is the farthest guy and it must sink down to Robinson. This leaves the skip pass for the wide open corner 3. The Heat have no interest in letting Julius Randle get a post-up on that left block, sending Bam immediately to double. Watch how a simple dive cut from Hart makes the defense react, allowing Randle to travel before firing the skip pass to Barrett for the wide open 3. With Julius Randle coming back in Game 2, I'm sure it was relief to Knicks fans that he looked very mobile on that ankle and provided them with a ton of scoring in the first half that kept them close enough to catch the Heat in the second. And if you think he'll continue to fill up the box score like this, then you have to head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and check out Pick'em, where you can choose 2 to 5 players, then decide on the over-under for specific stats. It's super easy to set up, and you can win up to 20 times your initial entry fee. Check the Pick'em line for tomorrow's game. I take higher, so get in the action. But it doesn't stop there. You can make it a rival and add players from different teams to make it even more interesting. They've also got drafts where you can compete against me. You think you got what it takes? If you click on the link below and use my promo code BBALL, you'll get a deposit match of up to $100. So if you want a chance to get up to 20 times your money or beat me in a draft, you've got to check out Underdog Fantasy. Use my code BBALL, get up to $100 in matching deposits so you can focus on the individual matchup with Bam Adebayo. We got a couple of possessions early, while the Heat were still playing man-to-man, that indicated to me that Bam is going to need some help stopping this guy. The simple rip-through gets him a step to his strong hand, and Randle is too much of a freight train to stop him if you're going to give him this much runway. In the second, you can see Bam is concerned about the drive and jumps back to give him some space. So Randle hits him with the step back to his right, an easier shot for lefties, and cuts the Heat's lead. We didn't get this matchup too much after this, primarily because the Heat played an absolute ton of zone defense in this game. Perhaps with Butler out, they felt they needed to do something to contain the drives. According to the tracking data, the Knicks shot 31 field goals on drives in Game 1 and only 19 in Game 2. But overall, the zone didn't work well for the Heat. What is unique about the defense is that it often starts out as a 1-3-1, something we don't see teams run much if at all. Pick and rolls work great against the zone, but if you do it out top, then the 1-3-1 alignment puts players in good position to contain. What's interesting about their zone is that the wing defender on the left side doesn't pick the ball up on the wing. They leave it to the middle guy, morphing into a 2-3. Watch how diving Barrett into the lane as Hart attacks the seam between the two guards opens the skip pass to a wide open Randle. Here's another 1-3-1 defense, and this time they bring the ball to the wing before having Hartenstein set a step-up screen. Highsmith is defending this as if Robinson would be in front of the ball, and it gives Brunson a chance to get to the lane line for his patented two-footed runner when Bam can't rotate in time. This time, Hartenstein tries to backscreen the middle player while Toppin cuts through to drag Zeller out of the way. A simple blow-by when Martin turns his head and Zeller can't get there in time to stop the nice runner from quickly. The ball screen is extremely effective against the zone, especially set to the outside where Lowry doesn't want to rotate up and leave Hart wide open in the corner, and Martin has too far to travel to get a good contest of this shot. There were times they played a regular 2-3 zone, and understand that the seams to attack are between the guard and the forward. This inside ball screen lures the weak side guard to the ball, opening up a huge gap to run and catch into the drive. Bam needs to get one step higher as Barrett casually shoots the teardrop. Here's the same idea as Robinson rolls into the lane. Randle tries to find the seam. This time he's inside the guard, but it serves the same purpose to bring two defenders to him, and Robinson seals inside Strus, who's worried about a kick to the corner. The last piece of the zone attacking puzzle is the short roll. In their 1-3-1 with an empty strong side corner, Strus will come up to the three-point line to help with the pick and roll. This opens up a soft spot for the pocket pass. They're working a skip to the corner while Hart sets the flare screen. Here's Randle attacking that guard forward seam, which collapses the defense to generate a one more pass and open triple. Here's the same play, but this time Brunson opts to skip it. Now they get that pocket pass to Hart in the soft spot. Vincent maintains pretty good position, but Brunson gets the nice skip pass and open three to cut that lead in the third. This time they fill the strong side corner. There's Hartenstein lurking for the pocket pass. These three guys are so concerned they have to bunch around him, and that opens up the pass to the corner. Here's where the Heat rotations got a little screwy. Robinson needed to stay home and worry about the skip to the corner while Martin picks up Hartenstein. Then, when the kickout happens, he need only close out to Brunson as quick as he can. Instead, he does an X out like a traditional man-to-man rotation, and no one is there to contest Brunson's three. So keep your eyes open for the zone and how the Knicks attack it. If they continue to generate looks like this, Coach Spoelstra will be forced to reduce how often they're running it, which isn't necessarily a good thing for the Knicks offense.